Kia ora koutou, I am the Casual Kiwi, and before we get started, warm shout-outs are thoroughly deserved to Echoberry, an amazing friend and artist who did this commission of Silent for me, the other half of Team Casual. Echoberry is a wonderful artist and been a real fan of creating Yu-Gi-Oh pieces, so if you want to check her out, definitely take a look at her content over on Twitter and on Instagram. And if you'd like to have some of your work featured in a future video, then check out the Team Casual Discord section on Fan Creations. So today we're going to be looking at creating a Discord server, but not just any Discord server, a Yu-Gi-Oh Discord server. Now you might be saying, Kiwi, why are we doing this? Like, it's so easy to create a Discord. What could possibly go wrong with creating a Yu-Gi-Oh Discord? Just for you, Konami, here is a pro gamer tip. If you go into any channel, you can go to permissions and you can turn off at everyone. This will certainly help with your larger servers that might get overwhelmed by trolls and disease clones. Now, at time of recording, my Discord Team Casual has passed 69 members.
Nice.
And therefore, this video's focus is going to be on these smaller Discord servers whose fear is probably not going to be having too many people show up when you launch your server, but rather not enough showing up and not knowing exactly what to do after that point with them. Top tip is set up your server first before you invite people in. The main things I sussed for Team Casual was making sure we had a good variety of channels, had a few bots set up, and a few key roles like moderators ready to go so that when those invites went through, people were able to immediately engage with the server, and they're going to be the 3 key components of this video. Let's do this. Divide and conquer. Splitting your Discord into channels and categories can do a lot to make it easy to navigate and help people find the conversations they want to be a part of. So what sort of channels should we add? Well, first you're going to want a welcome channel for when people enter the server. You're going to want a rules channel. This will be really helpful with making sure that there are clear guidelines as to what is and isn't okay in the server. You're going to probably want to have something like a Discord plug or a Discord partnership. But of course, if anything was to happen or you were to be arrested, then you wouldn't want to necessarily implicate anyone in your crime. So that is up to personal preference. A YugiTuber showcase is a really great thing to have, especially as a lot of the people in your Discord are going to be content creators or interested in content creators. And then you'll probably want to have a bunch of other Yu-Gi-Oh related channels. I find a cool thing you can do is add limits on how many people can be in a general call. So you can use this for things like dual chats, for example. So now to add categories, you go up here to the drop down and you can create a category from the list. Now, these can be whatever you need, but standard things you might have is a server info category, and something with like Yu-Gi-Oh! Lounge is a title I really like, just to give the Discord more of that homey kind of feeling to it. And then from there you can just drag and drop your different channels into the categories where you feel they fit best, and this will make it a lot easier for people to then navigate around to the sections they're most interested in. If you want to add a bit of additional flavor to how your channel setup looks, you can add emojis onto the end. I did this with Team Casual, and the best way to do this is actually on the mobile version of Discord. That's the easiest place to add emojis on. So here's a Discord I prepared earlier.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
And if you like the look of that template, then you can get it down in the description below. Basically, you click the link and it will generate you a brand new Discord with that as a template. It won't include any of the bots that I use, but it will include roles. And speaking of roles, hey bruh, mod's asleep. Time to post prawn. Roles can be great for bolstering engagement as well as organizing a team around you. Like with deck building, sometimes you just need a bit of support. So first what you want to do is go up to server settings and go to roles. Here you'll find everything you'll need. This is basically the Team Casual role setup. The first one is for host, which will be you. You'll see that there's an administrator permission, as well as allow everyone to see those. Those you'll definitely want ticked. Though I should mention that you don't want to give the administrator permission out casually. It basically gives whoever has the administrative permissions the same powers you do. So the only role I have which has similar powers to that is the executor role. Just in case, if I was to go missing for a bit or have some sort of terrible accident, then someone else could take over my position. But otherwise, none of the others have that administration permission. So like with moderator, you can see there is no administrator ticked, and there's just a list of what they do have. For example, they can kick and ban members. This is really going to be the backbone of your Discord to make sure that everything is ticking along. Try and find moderators who are not all in the same time zone as you. They'll help with hours when you'll be asleep. With Tournament Organizer, very similar to Moderator, at least in my server. The only difference is they can't kick and they can't ban members. And again, this is just nice to have as you want something specialized for any tournaments you hold. For these other roles I've got here, I'll go into it more in bots, but basically these are just roles for ranking up. They don't have any special permissions that you've got ticked. It's basically entirely cosmetic, but of course you do have it display the roles separately so that these will show up and they can think, hey, I'm progressing in the server. As you can see, the roles are in a list. This role determines which position will be shown. The highest role you have will be your display role. And basically, as you level up, you will see your role in the server change. So these are very specifically put in the order that we have them here. You could go and have a YugiTuber role, but I feel that the YugiTuber Showcase works best for giving people an opportunity to share the content that they are creating. And it's better to focus on rewards for leveling up and role specifically for taking care of the server. Now, while we're here, I might as well mention there's also the emoji emojis for the server that you can set up. I find using images with the size 300 times 300 or 350 times 350 works best. But you might be wondering, what sort of emojis does Team Casual have? All the standard things you'd expect, like the Millennium items and some card symbols and Yoshikage Kira, just the normal stuff for a Yu-Gi-Oh server. Permissions you can go into in any channel, and basically you can give different permissions for different roles. So for example, with the mod chat, we want most of these permissions turned off for everyone, but not for the mods. And that's why the mod lounge comes up with the privated symbol, because only certain roles can see it. At this point, we're about done. However, if you really want to rank up to the Discord, then there is one more topic we need to cover. To begin setting up your bot army, first just search Discord bot and you'll be able to find this list, top.gg, which will basically give you a whole list of Discord bots that you can then go and invite to your server. For example, this Yu-Gi-Oh bot, which is what we use in Team Casual. You can invite it to your server, and at that point you will have to first choose the server. It has to be one where you have administrative permissions on, and then from there you can add it. Now, a lot of bots will ask for administration level permissions. You don't have to give them this usually for them to work fine. So once it's authorized, you can go back to Discord and it will be in just like an ordinary member of the Discord. So the next thing you'll want to do after it's in is go up to the bot, give it the bot role, and this will allow you to distinguish it easier from the other members in your Discord. Now, a bit like Yu-Gi-Oh series, everyone has their own personal preference when it comes to bots. But the big three that we use in Team Casual, I'll go over a bit now. The first one is Me6, or as we nicknamed him, Cyberstein. He's kind of like the robo-butler of Team Casual. He does all of the welcome messages. He does all of the music services in the Discord. You can check your rank. It is basically the most common all-around bot you can use and probably has the most beginner-friendly interface for testing around with. So this would definitely be the #1 bot to begin off with. The second one, which is very much more Yu-Gi-Oh focused, is the Yu-Gi-Oh bot with the trap logo. We call it Jinzo bot. Basically, it allows you to do things like Yu-Gi-Oh! Hangman in the Discord, which can be, though morbid, rather fun, and in theme with the overall server setup. As to the final bot, Slavbot, or Kagari no Engage, because it really does look like Sky Striker Ray took the banning of Engage a little bit too hard, and his turn to alcoholism is very much a meme bot and probably the most difficult of the three to operate, and handled poorly can pretty much turn your Discord into a raging trash fire, but is by far the best for dank memes, just creating really interesting stuff. It even has a Thanos snap command that I would not recommend using unless you want to truly destroy your Discord. And in general, just has a lot of fun stuff. And just look at that face. We need to protect our poor Kagari with no engage. A final note on bots. All of the ones mentioned so far are free, though Me6 does have a premium version. Without the premium version, you can't auto-assign ranks as people level up in the server. So what I do is I also use another bot, a Nadeko bot, or Super Dreadnought, because I like trains. And essentially, this can be a more complicated version of Me6, but it also has a few of these features you wouldn't get with the free version of Me6. And in our server, we actually do use both bots in a dual level up system. So Nadeko does one half and Me6 does the other half. And this kind of creates an interesting dynamic where, depending on where in the server you spend your time, you will gain more or less in certain experience and ranks. And so it will change which levels you get, almost like a morality system or a character system, and it can really add that extra level of personality I've found and allow people to really have roles that reflect how they've spent their time in your server, not just that they have spent time in your server. I'll be honest, this has very much been a broad overview of what you would set up with your Discord server, because that is part of the fun of this process, is that you want to be able to get creative, do things your own way, and set up your own little team casual of your own. This has been such a fun video to make. I really wanted to capture that spirit of just letting loose and getting experimental with what we are doing while we have the time to do things, and before it's too late, you know, just really make the most and have that one video where I could just go ham and give it 110%. So thank you so much everyone for watching this video all the way through. Thank you so much to everyone who's been a part of Team Casual so far. And if you want to be a part of Team Casual, then go down into the description below and click that link to our Discord. And if you want to set up a Team Casual of your own, click that link to generate a template which was based off the Team Casual server, but with a few of the more bizarre elements stripped away so that you can have some fun building up your own Discord. Thank you everyone for watching. Ngā mihi and good night.